Louisiana Beer Reviews third shift amber lager can version. You might notice this is a new can. I saw this first about 2 weeks ago at Rouse's supermarket in New Orleans, and I said, ooh, they got a new can design, eh? But I didn't want to buy the 4-pack. Then today at a racetrack in LaPlace, Louisiana, I saw these singles. It was $1.25 for the 16-ounce can. Made in Trenton, Ohio and Fort Worth, Texas by Miller-Coors. Their little joint venture. It says June 16, 2014, so we got a lot of time on this one. This is fresh. I've done the bottled review. I thought I had done a can review, but apparently I did not. The bottle, 5.3. The can, these are the old designs, the 2012 design. Which I thought looked nice, but they might have felt that it looked a little too unrefined or whatever, so they came out with a little bolder, more colorful can design, which I can't help but be impressed with. I had to get it for my collection. So 2 birds with 1 stone. Get the can for the collection, get to do the can review. Let's see how it tastes out of the can. 5.3, that's a little higher than average for a lager. It's amber. It's not made with any food coloring because it doesn't say so in the can, and when Miller or Coors puts coloring, they say clearly, like with the Foster's Ale, it says caramel color added. Thin, it'd be thicker in a narrower brim glass, but a thin white head in a clear, pretty bubbly amber appearance. It makes sense, it's an amber lager. Amber lager like a Beta Amber, Samuel Adams Boston Lager, which is a lot lower alcohol. So is a Beta. I think that's 4.7. Samuel Adams 4.9. The aroma, I have some Zapp's jalapeno potato chips. I'm not really picking up much aroma. I had it in the freezer, but not for too long. Those chips got too much aroma in them. That jalapenos coming in. If I'm picking up anything, it's really just a faint beer smell, but it's hardly any aroma. The flavor, though, is I would say light to medium roasted barley malt, some sweetness, grains, which is probably whatever barley, and yellow corn grits, which is the typical Miller adjunct. The mouthfeel is light and watery, more or less. And the finish is crisp, clean, refreshing, dry, typical American style lager beer, but it has a little more caramel flavor to it. Let me back that up. Not caramel. Some kind of sour grain husk. But it's not bad, it's just like, that's what it is, it's just different, it's differentiated. Here's sours out there. It's, you know, I wanted to say it's similar to the Batch 19, but it really is not. It does kind of remind me of the Beta Amber, because they both have that little sour twinge to it, and they have that across the board kind of blandness to an extent, but you know, with these jalapeno chips, these kettle cooked chips from Gramercy, Louisiana, this beer pairs well with that, because if they're too flavorful, they start to detract from what you're eating. And that's one thing I like about light lagers, is that they pair so well with meals or snacks or whatever. So it's like the flavor's not too bold, it's not too expressive, it's not too complex. It's just sort of like what they're marketing it as, although I haven't seen commercials in a couple of months, I don't think. That working class thing, third shift, 11 p.m., 7 a.m. shift. And I think it would appeal to a working class beer drinker, because most of those people are not speculative. They're not going to sit down and analyze the beer to too much of an extent. They just want something they can come, get ready to go. I don't want to say go to work or come home from work at 7 a.m. Let's say their day off, they want to watch a basketball game, and they drink it, and it's got a little more flavor maybe than well, actually, yeah, a little bit more flavor than Miller Lite or Coors Light. Not really much, no more flavor than Coors or Miller High Life or Miller Genuine Draft, just a little different flavor because of a little bit more roastiness. And it's got the amber color, which will make the average beer drinker think it's really some step up, like it's a craft beer. It's not, of course, but yeah, if you can find a 6-pack for $5.99, a 12-pack for, I wouldn't go higher than $8.99. I mean $9.99. I think that would be too high, above $9.99. But a can to sample for $1.25, I'll go along with that. So I think they did a good job with it. It's not spectacular. It's a B. It's good. I'll say it's good. I'm not picking up any metal. I don't find it's really different than the bottle version. And I guess now I got to go get the bottle, right? Because they changed the label design on that, and it's a little different than the can. But it's a nice beer. It's not... I'm trying to do this right. Miller High Life has its own little character, and you could argue that it's better. Coors Extra Gold, Miller Genuine Draft. They might be a little better. I don't know. I would have to go side by side. I think I rated those higher, but I'm going to say B. Let me give it one more little sip. Yeah. I'm going to say just straight across B. It's good. And I like it. I'm a fan of it. I'm glad they made it. Probably won't be around in 10 years. You know, these kind of beers, they come out, they're kind of big, and then they die out. But while it's here, I'm enjoying it. So I would recommend it. Les Le Bon Temps Roulé. This is a good beer to have. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to New Orleans.